Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Star Trek Artemis. Currently, the USS Artemis is en route to the planetoid system that was highlighted by their previous first contact, a race called the Numerians. They highlighted a planetary system that they thought would be of note, and uh, the captain and commander decided to bring the ship to that location. We are probably a few hours out just to set the stage of where the ship is. Probably a few hours out from the system, but we will start the game uh, in the captain's ready. How do I unpause? Because I just see a big game paused. You would think that after all this time running this game, I'd know how to unpause the game, but apparently I don't.
Spacebar?
That's it. Thank you.
Don't think me. Kier put it in the Discord chat. There's also a play button at the top left.
So there is. Jeez. So the captain will talk to commander. So, commander, how's the ship looking? Ready for the next mission?
Yes, Captain, everything is functioning at peak efficiency.
Very good. There is some personnel matters I'd wish to discuss with you. I noticed that we're still rotating in the science division for a head of science. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct. There is a few names that come up. One I would like to get some field experience on first.
Who might that be, Commander?
It'll be Ensign Tarrell.
Yes, I did see her name come up in a few of the reports. From my understanding, she was instrumental in helping to decipher parts of the Numerian language.
Yes, indeed, sir. I like to stick her on the bridge for a while to see how she does.
Well, I'll leave that to your prerogative, Commander. And how's the new doctor settling in?
I believe he's getting used to his new duties. Though I believe there are several crew members that are on the list to update their physicals. I believe you're one of them, sir.
Yeah, I've been meaning to head down there. At any rate, I understand that we're almost to the system. Everything all set for the mission?
We are, sir. Have asked the main engineering to also prepare one of the runabouts, just in case we need it.
By all means, Commander. But that's all I have for you, Commander. So if there's anything else you needed to discuss.
No, sir, not at this time.
Very good, then. You're dismissed, Commander.
Understood, sir. Well, if you don't mind, I'll be on the bridge.
I'd expect no less. And he gives you kind of a slight smile. I know there's a door switch somewhere. I keep losing this thing. There it is. And then, Commander, you could step onto the bridge at your leisure. And then, Doctor, you could be wherever you want to be in all actuality.
I will probably be down in sickbay. If I've only been on for a little while, I'm probably still getting equipment set up, familiarizing myself with the medical staff, and parsing through the ship's medical records on the crew.
Already sounds good. All right, and then I'll open this up for free role play. So if there's any scenes anybody wants to do, anything on the bridge, anything in sick bay, we could go ahead and take care of that. If no one wants to do anything, we'll speed up plot to the system.
I don't particularly have any scenes I want to run just yet. If
I'll do a
someone
sick bay
wants to-
scene.
Okay.
We're coming into sick bay. And he has Gardner with him from engineering.
All right. As you walk in, I'll look up from a pad. Ah, welcome. Hello. You must be scroll. Lieutenant Ricks, if I'm correct. Yes.
Yes, Doctor. Pleased to meet you. I would be more courteous, but I'm here on business. Mr. Gardner here had a bit of an accident, and you can see that the human, besides the Bolian, there has his arms. His arm is what's the English word?
Cradled. He's holding it with his other arm.
Uh-huh. but it's visibly, it's not broken, but it's in a place it shouldn't be.
Dislocated.
Yes, that's the word. Thank you.
Ah, well, that does look uncomfortable. Please, Mr. Gardner, have a seat on one of the beds. And I will.
Garner just silently, and he seems very embarrassed. Gardner, as he sits down on a bio bed, and Rix just follows him. We had a bit of a boxing sparring session, and well, I didn't think I'd have to say this, but he hit the bag too hard.
How heavy a bag were you using?
Well, your average standard punching bag.
50 pound, 100 pound? Or, no, it's crap. Metrics.
Well, I started
20
him out
kilogram
easy, I
or
thought.
80 kilogram or 40 kilogram. The tall one?
Yes, I started him out easy, but apparently even I overestimated Mr. Gardner's abilities. I hushed
Alright.
you.
I've got a tricorder out and I'm scanning his arm.
All right, go ahead and give me a reason or insight medicine. We'll just call this a diff 0.
Okay. Would this fall into the category of emergency medicine?
Probably not.
Okay. Oof.
Well, you gain a momentum. There is a complication. I don't know if you have any re-rolls.
Let's see. Don't have any. I don't have any rerolls, but I have backup plans, which says whenever you or an ally fail a task, so long as I'm present, I may add 1 momentum to the group's pool.
Well, you didn't fail because you did get the 1 success on a diff 0.
That's true. Nope, don't really have any rerolls.
Alrighty, we'll use the complication. Oh, just for the new player, when there's information, I tend to send it to you in a private message, so that I can keep the explanations out, so that you guys can roleplay them.
All right, on Discord, or
Yes,
okay.
yeah, on Discord.
Well, it looks like your trainee, Mr. Gardner, definitely pulled some tendons in a bad way. Give me just a moment here. Nurse, will you go ahead and get me a 10 cc's of Metropan and start our patient off with that? I am going to go get the. What is that thing called? I'm going to go get one of the tendon regenerators and we'll see if we can't put his shoulder back in place.
And the nurse will administer the hypo.
I'm going to set a piece of medical equipment down by his hip while he's sitting there, and I take his arm, take his shoulder, and I say, that should take away the sting. Pop it back in, and then
Right.
run a regenerator over his shoulder to start mending the tendons back.
All right, give me a daring or control medicine. So probably be a diff 1 complication 2 because of the previous complication.
Okay.
And don't forget, you could buy dice using either momentum or threats.
Yeah. We've only got 1 momentum in the pool, so it doesn't. I don't feel like burning it just yet. Well, let's see. Would this count as surgery, in a sense?
Yeah, I could count this as minor surgery.
Okay. Well, then I get a focus at least. You know what? I will use that 1 momentum to buy an extra die and bring my cautious medicine into place.
It's a
Really?
good thing you did.
I will re-roll that 20 because cautious medicine is wonderful.
It's a good thing you're getting all those complications out of the way early.
Gardner seems to be healed, yet he somehow is getting worse.
Well, it wasn't a complication.
Gain 2. Oh yeah, as you start running the medical device over the wound, starts repairing the tendons, you do see that the arm is less dead and dangled as it was. It's starting to get some functionality back in. But he is going to be very sore, of course.
Yes. All right. Mr. Gardner, that nice little analgesic I gave you will probably wear off in a couple of hours. Your shoulder is now back intact, but I would recommend 1, learning to control your punches, and 2, nurse, would you bring me a sling for him, please? Keep your arm in this sling for the next 6 hours at least.
Gardner's just gonna still stare embarrassed and extremely quiet. He just nods. Rix moves up to him and just slams his fist, not his fist, his hand onto his arm and just, there you go, Mr. Gardner.
Onto the
Back
damaged
at you
one?
already.
Are you doing it onto the damaged one?
Yeah. And you can see Gardner just.
Ugh, I cringe in the background and kind of like gently lift your arm off of his shoulder. Lieutenant, not that one, please. And I'll
Oh,
like
I'm sorry. Completely.
speaking of medical procedures, Lieutenant, I do believe you're on my list of overdue for a physical.
Well, I'd be happy to do a physical anytime you want, Doctor.
Alrighty, I'll see about scheduling you in for tomorrow if that's available to you.
Of course. May I just have a word with you in private?
Of course. Nurse, will you make sure he gets strapped in? And I'm going to step back into my office.
Sorry to land this so soon after your deployment here, assignment here, but I do believe Mr. Gardner is under some heavy stress. He's that arm injury wasn't only an accident. He really beat that bag hard as he could. I'm a little bit worried. He seems to have been he seems to have been a very stressful job down in engineering for some reason. Maybe he's taking it out.
I haven't gotten to his profile in the ship's record yet. Can you tell me what he does down in engineering?
Oh, I'm not sure. It's not really my area. He's down there though. But you might want to talk to Commander Kane when you get an opportunity. Just check in.
I will do that. I have not noticed if there is a ship's counselor on board. Like I said, I'm still going through the
We
roster and I'm not caught up on everyone yet.
I do believe we have a counselor. They are on leave at the moment.
Ah,
Apparently,
okay.
it's another player.
Indeed. Well, if I will investigate with the commander, and if it seems like Mr. Gardner is in need of some rest, I will order some recuperation time for him. But I definitely recommend that. I assume he's a friend of yours.
Well, no, not really. He just asked me for. He wanted to hit something, and I let him
Ah,
under supervision, of course, which is me.
understood. I will definitely recommend to him that he gets some time scheduled with the ship's counselor.
I think that is a good idea.
Unfortunately, psychology is not one of my areas of expertise, so I can
Nor
assure
is
I
it
would
mine.
only I can assure
And
I would
I,
only be as much harm as I would good in the situation. But thank you for bringing that to my attention. I will make a note in their log.
I'll tell you, it's not my area either, even though I've seen my fair of shrinks over my years. So, how's your new posting here on the Artemis?
It's interesting. Um, I haven't been on one of the older ships before. There's some accoutrements missing that I'm used to. My last posting on Starbase 12 as a surgeon was actually quite nice. But I'm making do and replicating what I need and ordering up what I can't replicate. See if I can't get this place working as best I can.
Well, it's
Admin
better than
staff
nothing.
is quite competent. I very much enjoy working with them.
Well, I hope that lasts.
I as well. Anything else I can do for you, Mr. Ricks?
No, that'll be all for now. I'm sure we have other reasons to meet further ahead. Of
Indeed. Tomorrow for your physical.
course.
Very well. I'll see you then, Mr. Ricks.
Good day, Doctor. And Rick sleeps.
And I'm guessing as the scene closes, I will wander back over to Mr. Gardner and check and make sure that everything is buttoned up before I let him out of the sick bay.
Yep.
The,
Mr.
the
Gardner
last thing
is
Gardner
on the
says is just, please don't tell this to my commanding officer.
Doctor patient confidentiality, don't worry.
All right, we will head up to the bridge. Is there any other free RP anybody wants to do?
I can do one more with another character if Amy's up for it. If Amy wants to do a scene.
I could probably throw you guys in a sciencey lab. I don't know if I have a science lab, but I can find something.
You can put my science support character, Avec Rayol, in there with her.
Right, we will just theater of the mind this, I think. Which character?
Avec Rayol. Yes, that's the one.
All right, yeah, I figure that you two are probably hanging out in a science lab.
Mm-hmm. Worked fine for me. So Rayal is working at his station, glancing a little bit over to Tarell, and then slowly getting closer. Hey, I've heard some faults around the ship. Seems like you're getting a promotion.
What? A promotion? Really? I'm not sure if I'm ready for that.
Well, don't tell anyone, but I heard a glancing thought from the captain and the commander. I know I'm not supposed to do it. I know it's in our protocol to not listen in, but I just couldn't help myself. I think you're gonna be the new head.
Trust me, I won't say a word.
Thank you. I mean, you could have me demoted soon. Ha! Wouldn't that be fun? No, that wouldn't be fun, actually.
No, we won't have you demoted. We might have you moved to another ship.
Oh no, I'm perfectly fine here. I'll do anything. I'll be your second officer. Like the commander carries with the captain. Your number one or number two. I could even be number three if you wanted to.
I could have you do all my dirty work.
I'll do anything as long as I can keep my post, please.
By all means.
Thank you. So, what are you thinking? How's it feeling? Well, I kind of know what you're thinking, but I kind of want to hear it. But I'm not supposed to know what you're thinking, though.
My brain is an open book. Go ahead and feel free to read my mind.
I'd love to, but since I'm talking to you, you can just tell me. I don't want to break our protocol again. I mean, I do it all the time, but I don't tell anyone.
You read everyone's thoughts all the time?
No. Well, sometimes, but no, just a little bit. But not you. You're now my superior officer, I think. So I better suck up.
Aw, don't worry about it. No one will say a word.
So you're gonna be captain someday, huh? I mean, it's only a step upwards too, but still, chief of science. It's not a long way from the captain's chair.
I couldn't be the captain. It doesn't fit.
Oh, sure you could. I'd love to see you on the chair. I could be either right beside you, or just out of frame. Cheering you on.
We would honestly have to make sure someone dies or someone gets moved to another ship.
Oh wait, you're not thinking of a mutiny, are you?
Hey, we could start a mutiny.
Oh, maybe not. I mean, that sounds fun, but maybe not. So we can keep our jobs.
No one would know it was us.
Really?
Yeah, we'd just go under somebody else's name and do mutiny that way.
Oh, you have a plan. Oh, I like
A
this.
plan in the making.
Okay. What should I do?
Make a distraction somehow. Cause one, a small ship explosion, something.
Okay, I can do something like that. Sure. I'll vent the shuttle bay.
This is no time for ums. We have a mutiny to start.
Yeah, of course. Oh no, I shouldn't say. Oh, I said shit. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no more ums.
Damn it. I'm not sure what to do though. This got really real all of a sudden.
You're the brains. Work it.
I'm the brains? Oh. Sure. Well, we could not say, we could say, we could blow off the ship. No, that would be, that wouldn't be good.
No, that wouldn't be good. We need the ship.
Yes, we could blow up half the ship, so we could be on the good side of the ship, you know. That doesn't sound like a good idea either. Maybe a quarter?
Maybe.
I mean, it could be those lousy security people. We don't need them, right? We can take care of our own security. We can just blow up their little quarter, and then we'll have free reign on the ship, you know.
That's true, we could. Let's figure out how to make a small explosion.
Oh, I have several ideas. We could overload the EPS conduits. We
Let's
could
try it.
now.
Now's time better than any.
Well, I don't know. Shouldn't we like test this on a holodeck or something? Not like in real life, you know. That's
Well, yeah, let's try it on the holodeck in a scene where there can be a small explosion.
yes, that sounds good. That sounds good. And then we can
Okay.
have our mutiny.
Yes, and then if it works, we can have our mutiny.
Oh no. Um. There's a bit of a problem.
Uh-oh.
Just pointing behind you. Just that's the magic here. I think she heard us.
Well then, I guess we have to...
No, please continue. I would love to hear your master plan.
Commander, Fitz, I'm gonna go work over here. Good luck. And he just moves to another console further away.
What master plan?
Joking matters aside, Ensign, I would like you to work on the bridge for the next week. Get some bridge time in. It would help your career out. If you would like to continue advancing without going to such extremes.
Working on the bridge sounds like it'll suit me just fine.
Excellent. And I'll see you on the bridge. Ensign Rail?
Oh yes, I'm here. I'm still here, not doing anything untowards to anyone.
Keep up the good work, Ensign.
Yes, ma'am.
Man, Kearleys.
I was right. You got it.
Oops, wrong one.
Did someone shoot Rail?
Mutiny
I-
will not be tolerated.
Yeah. Commander Kier just shooting Rail as she exits.
The TNG door open is right above the TNG Phaser 3. And I clicked the wrong one.
Sure. Yeah. It was a mistake.
All right. Think we'll head to the bridge. And then we'll go ahead and go to the ship just entering the system.
Ed Santarel, please give us a standard sensor sweep.
All right. Ensign, go ahead and give us a. So probably be reason or control with science. Probably a difficulty 1. So this is going to be a task roll. So I said reason or control with science. So you're going to take whatever your best stats are.
Be presence.
No. With what I just said. So I said reason or control. So you're going to pick either your reason or control, and then you'd pick science. Yeah, that's fine. And then you'd hit perform task. And then if you have a focus, you would click using focus, and then you just choose how many dice you have. Which, looking at your sheet, you would have a focus for sensor ops. So hit perform task. Click the box for using focus, and then just decide how many dice you want.
Can I roll 3?
Yeah, but you just have to figure out how you want to pay for it. You could use a momentum, or you could use a threat. You do have cautious science, so you probably want a momentum.
I'll roll 2 dice.
Okay, and then just a dice roll, and then this will be assisted by the ship's sensor science. And then if someone would grab the ship, thank you. Go ship. So far, gain 3.
Okay. The planetary system pretty standard with 1 M-class planet. Captain.
Are you picking up any signs of advanced civilizations or any industrial activity around the planet?
I'm struggling to get a clear reading. There seems to be an abundance of life. Overabundance of life. Captain.
Put the plan on view screen if it's possible.
And on the view screen, you see the planet's surface, and it's very much, you could definitely tell it's an M-class planet, but it is very, very green. Like, every single part of the planet's surface that is not water is green, like beyond green, like thick forest, thick jungles, very populated trees and grasses and all that stuff. Like the initial scans you're getting show that this planet seems to have an abnormal amount of life on it, higher than you would expect from a normal M-class planet.
Helm, bring us within range of the planet. It's in Tyro. Please conduct a more in-depth scan once we're in orbit and have recommendations for potentially a landing party.
Yes, Captain.
All right, the ship will enter a standard orbit around the planet. Ensign, if you can give me a reason or insight science, this is probably going to be a difficulty 2. Over that.
Can I use a focus?
Which one?
Sensor apps.
Yep, you can use that.
I'm going to use a momentum for a third dice.
Mm-hmm. All right, then ship sensor science, please.
Captain, unusually high levels of ambient bioplasma in the atmosphere. It is effectively blocking your sensor scans. Our sensor scans.
Does this bioplasma have an effect on personnel?
I'll take that as a good question.
Captain, as far as I can tell, it doesn't have any effect on personnel.
Ensign, find a good place for us to sit a runabout down. Lieutenant Rix, prepare a security team to accompany the away team. They'll be heading down to the planet. She hissed a button on the chair. Bridge to sickbay.
Go ahead.
Doctor, how do you feel about going a little expedition?
A planet-side excursion? Anything interesting down there?
Apparently, a lot of plant life. Might be something I believe that might be up your alley down there.
Well, I guess I can at least venture down and have a look. Which transporter room should I meet you all at?
We'll be taking the runabout down. Sensors are having difficulty to scan the planet, so seems like the transporter will not be advantageous for this expedition.
Understood. I'll see you in main shuttle bay.
Then, Ensign, if you could give me an insight, and then either con or science. Difficulty 2.
I'm going to use a focus
Mm-hmm.
sensor up.
Yep. So in second edition, advanced sensors allows the ship to roll 2 dice. Advanced sensors doesn't decrease the difficulty. In this, it allows you to roll 2 dice. That's one of the changes from first to second edition. And then someone can roll the ship sensors and science.
I can do it. Or someone else can.
You gain 2 momentum.
Sweet.
And you did find a bit of a clearing big enough for a runabout in one of the jungles. All right. Is there any other preparations that anyone would like to do?
I'll take a phaser rifle with me.
All right. I could waive opportunity cost for whatever you guys want to take, but you will have to pay the escalation.
Yeah, that's fine. My chief of security talent also makes it so I don't have to pay the opportunity cost.
Oh, excellent. What's the is that escalation 1?
Yeah, I think so. I'll double check. Could be 2. Let's see. Weapons. Phaser 3. Escalation 2.
2. I get 2 threat. Excellent. All right. You have your phaser rifle. Any other prep?
Not from the medical side. Oh, sample containers.
Yep, that shouldn't be a problem. You could go ahead and grab all that you need, probably. Within reason.
Mm.
Right. And then if there's nothing else, we'll head to the runabout. Figured Gus would probably fly this one.
Oh, yeah.
Unless the commander wanted to do it. Leave that to the commander's prerogative.
Nope. Gus can fly.
Gus, did you sleep in the runabout again?
He sleeps in the runabout?
It's your
I'm
character
just-
mix. Feel free to roleplay that.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know there's beds in here, but I wouldn't recommend it.
The implication was that it's always ready to take it down.
Anyone else that you wanted to bring? I know the commander said security team.
I am a security.
I am the entire security. All right. Any other preparations personnel want to bring, or is this good?
Just a second. I'm looking up something. Okay. All set.
All right. We'll enter a new scene here as the shuttle takes off from the Artemis or the runabout, I should say, takes off from the Artemis and starts heading toward the planet's surface. All right. So this will be for Gus. Gus, as you are flying the shuttle, you start detecting on your sensors some type of atmospheric energy surge.
Guess just gonna say, whoa, okay, what we got here? Some obstacles in the way, I see. You've never met the Flash, Gus Moore. Hey, any idea if this bioplasm thing is gonna yuck the runabout down? I really don't want to go out and clean it afterwards.
I would like to make a scan of the bioplasm now that my character has been exposed to its existence.
Yeah, go ahead and give me reason or insight science.
We'll do reason science. I have biology, xenobiology. That work as a focus?
You know what? I will say yes.
Okay. What's my difficulty?
Oh, we'll go Div 2.
Div 2.
And then assisted by the runabouts, sensors, science. Was that your role there?
That was my roll. I haven't seen. Do you want me to roll the runabout as well?
Yeah. If you get to it first.
Is there a difference between the Zeros and the Archeron?
I don't think so. Nope, they're exactly the same. Hey, it got there.
Handy.
And I sent that to you.
Huh. Oh, that's fascinating. I wonder if part of the bioplasma is being generated by the planet's electromagnetic field. I wonder what the core looks like, if it's generating something like this, maybe? I don't know.
So is it gonna dirty up my windscreen or what?
I couldn't tell you that, but I'm pretty sure you won't grow any extra limbs when we reach the surface.
Well, I'd like to keep all my limbs intact, if you know what I mean. Well, we're going in. Strap on your seatbelts. Of course, we don't have any. Starfleet.
As you're flying down, your runabout starts to shake violently as one of the bioplasma seems to clump in front of you, forcing you to have to try to dodge it. Rix, this is going to, or Gus, I should say, this is going to be Daring Con Div 2. This is by Shuttle's Engines Con.
Okay, so first of all, since this is an activation of Gus, I get to do something with him, right?
Yes.
What is it I get to do? Is it values and talents and focuses and stuff like that?
Yeah. You could add a value, you could add a talent, you could add a focus, and I believe you can increase either an attribute or discipline if you didn't do that already.
I'm gonna give him the talent Bold Con, because that's all Gus is. That would be a general, wouldn't it? Bold. Con. Okay, give me the stats for the roll again, please.
Daring Con, diff 2.
Div 2, okay. I'll give you a threat for second dice, or third dice, rather.
I do enjoy threat.
Focuses in small craft operations.
You bet.
And go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Dear God.
Oh yeah. That's why he's called the Flash.
Are you sure there's interference on this planet? Are we not just like gently gliding through like a sunny day or something?
I mean, now you are. Can I just get the shuttle or the runabout, please? Engine's gone. Still a chance for a complication, damn it.
Did engines con?
Yep. Oh, come on.
Mm.
Boy. Okay. Gain 5.
Lots of
4
float.
overflow.
That should be 2 successes from the runabout. As I think it's con is 2.
It says its con is 1 on the. Which one did I click on? Yeah, okay. I don't know why it came up wrong.
All right. 6 successes then.
5 overflow.
I guess you guys got to figure out what to do with all of that extra.
Well, you could create some traits. Isn't that what second ed is good for?
Yeah. Well. Could create a trait called Gus's Gentle Touch. No. What would be good? Something so it's easier to maneuver.
How about predictable weather patterns?
Sure.
That would work.
Let's do that, and then let's use another to increase potency of it because we have so much overflow.
All right. Yeah. I figure you guys will get a very good scan and understanding of the bioplasma and how it flows and works around the planet so that you could kind of predict where it might get strong so you can avoid those areas. Sound good as a gameplay standpoint?
Works for me.
Works
So
for
it
me.
would be 2, basically. Predictable by the patterns 2.
Yep.
Essentially.
All right. So, Gus, you gently set the runabout down, and as the doors open from your clearing, it gives you a view of this. And when you step out of the runabouts, you step out into a jungle-like region of the planet. There are towering trees with wide fan-like leaves forming a green canopy blocking most of the sunlight. The forest floor is alive with bioluminescent fungi and plants emitting faint glows in blue, orange, and purple hues. The air is very thick with humidity, and you could kind of see drifting clouds of spores that shimmer like dust moles in the dim light. The atmosphere is teeming with sounds like chirps, clicks, rustling vegetation, but you don't see any visible animals. You just kind of hear them as they scutter along the forest floor. I should probably throw some tokens in there, huh?
Gus, no, not Gus. Rix is just gonna make a comment as he looks around. Well, I've certainly been to jungle planets, but this one takes the cake.
It is quite impressive. I'm gonna have my tricorder open, walk over to one of the nearby large mushrooms and begin scanning it.
All right. Go ahead and give me. So it'll probably be a reason or insight with either science or medicine. We'll call this a difficulty 2.
I will do reason science. And I feel like this definitely qualifies as xenobiology.
Yes, it does. What did I say? This was diff 2, so you gain 2 momentum.
And so we have 2 floating again.
Yep. All right, so as you come up to the fungi, one of the things you notice is that the bioluminescence of it goes into the roots also that head into the soil. And as you start to study the bioluminescence pattern, you notice that it seems to be similar to that of the planet's bioplasma and electromagnetic field that you got the scans from earlier.
All right, I would like to use the 2 float if I could to Joro will take a sample of the mushroom, take it back into the runabout, and use its little onboard medical scientific console to analyze it. And I would like to create a trait for. Let's see, what's a good one? Detailed analysis, so that we have a solid point of reference on anything related to the what do you call it? The bioelectric field? Bioplasma field?
Say that last part again.
Doing like an in-depth scan of a sample of the mushroom and creating shoot, I just lost the words that I had earlier. In-depth analysis was the trait name. And I had, it would be basically having a solid sample that connects both the wildlife and the bioplasma field of the planet to work as a baseline for everything else.
Okay. I do need you to make a roll to collect the sample, though.
Okay.
This will be control or daring with your science or medicine. This will be a diff 1. And I'm going to make this a complication 2.
Okay. I will do this as a control medicine check then. Still using my xenobiology?
That or research.
Okay.
I would imagine research would fall into collecting samples for it.
Alrighty. And I will spend 1 momentum to buy a die.
Right, you gain 3, and you're able to collect the sample.
Huzzah! I'll take the sample in the container, look over at Ensign Tarhal. I said, Ensign, come look at this with me. As I head back into the runabout to do my analysis.
Following right behind you.
All right, as they're going to analyze their sample, what is everyone else doing?
I'm gonna look around the area, immediate area, see if I can see any types of animals, more specifically predators, because a huge jungle probably means life, and life means there are predators around, and predators wants to eat us.
All right, give me an insight security. Diff 2.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take a momentum or dice. Would any of my focuses apply? Espionage, infiltration, maybe.
I don't think so.
Okay. Ooh.
Yep, you get it back. Right. So you were looking for predators and such.
Yeah.
So as you're looking around the immediate vicinity, you notice a large plant that kind of looks like an overgrown, like Venus flytrap, and you
Mhm.
notice a large bird kind of be drawn near it, and as soon as the bird touches the mouth of it, it just snaps and eats the bird.
He notes that. Keeps an eye out for the moment while the others are doing research and stuff.
Right, Commander, you doing anything?
I was gonna ask, is there anything telepathic my character senses?
Give me. Oh, what would this be? This will be an insight, probably command. And I'm gonna say this is probably a diff 4.
Well, I take a threat for a bolt command, and I'll spend 2 momentum. Don't think I have a focus for this, so
Nope. Dear God. Okay. We'll send you something. All right. We'll head back to the sciencey people. You two head back to the runabout to study your sample. What are you trying to do here?
Sweet Lord, I was muted. Um,
It happens.
so I'm looking at this thing from the medical's perspective. So I'm looking to judge its safety, how it would interact with humanoid life. Is it safe? Is it edible? Is it not edible? Will it cause a rash if it touches some skin or something like that? I don't know what tests our science officer wants to run.
All right. Well, I figure that you both could probably just assist each other.
Works for me.
I agree.
So you're trying to see if this thing might be. So the gist of what I got is you're trying to see if it's safe for humanoids,
Yes.
essentially.
We'll,
Okay,
we'll start right there.
And it has a
give me-
medicine field.
So this is probably going to be reason or insight with medicine or science. I'm going to make this a difficulty 3. You're studying it in the containment, right?
Yes. Doing chemical analysis first,
Okay.
biological analysis, cellular, things like that.
Yep. So this will be a difficulty 3, reason or insight with science or medicine, and then one of you can take main role, one of you can get the assist.
I will do reason medicine as my role. Ensign, if you would like to assist.
Sure thing.
Thank you. Do we also get the runabouts assistance?
Yeah, this will probably be computers in science or medicine.
Okay. And I'm assuming the xenobiology is also going to come into play as a focus.
Yes, it does.
All right. Ugh.
Can I use botany?
Yeah, that'll work. And then you're going to hit using focus and assist with 1 dice. What did I say this was 3?
I
Yes.
believe that's what you said.
All right, this will be a succeeded cost if you guys would like, unless you want to, unless you have rerolls or anything.
I don't have any rerolls set up for this.
All right, so I will take your backup plans into play here, so you'll get the momentum.
Okay.
Because it's technically a fail, but I'll succeed at cost here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so as I clicked the wrong button. So one of the things that you notice is that this sample seems to have an abundance of spores in it that seem that if something were to come by, that it might release its spores. But you're not really sure what the effect would be. That would be the cost.
I will tap my comm badge. Dr. Valen to Commander Kier. Going to suggest the away team steer clear of the large fungal structures at the moment. We don't know what their effect is going to be if they come in contact with skin.
Understood, Doctor. Also, Doctor, telepathically, I'm getting a sense that everything here is somehow connected to each other. Almost like I wouldn't say collective consciousness, but more like they're able to communicate with each other in an organized type manner.
Interesting. Well, that sample we just took, I wonder if that might cause a threat response then. We'll investigate further off of the sample we have without trying to aggravate anything further. Stay on your guard for now, I guess.
Oh, don't worry, Doctor. Don't find the adventure far from the runabout.
All right, for those that are outside of the runabout, um, in the distance and starting to get closer, you could make out like tiny glowing insect-like creatures in a giant swarm. And these creatures and these insects, they kind of pulse with the same bioluminescent light from that the plants are giving off, but they seem to be pulsing in unison.
I'm assuming Rick sees this as he's on the perimeter, so he's just gonna tap his comm badge and let everyone know. We've got something incoming that you all might want to see. Definitely strikes as abnormal.
Right, and as you guys stay focused on those insects, you notice that they fly to one of the nearby fungi plants, and in almost perfect unison, they kind of start hitting the top of it, and the fungus releases its spores into the swarm. And after the fungi release their spores into the swarm flies off to another fungi and do something very similar. They bounce on the top, get the plant to release its spores, and they keep bouncing from plant to plant doing that. And then just let me know what everyone's doing.
Can I ask a question?
Mhm.
Are there spores that pop off the mushrooms poisonous to the human beings?
Give me a reason or insight, science, or medicine difficulty 2.
Um, uh, if you'd like, I can assist with that since I'm already working in that same vein.
Yep.
Sounds good. Reason and science?
Yep.
Do I have a. Can I use a focus?
You probably have one. Xenobiology, botany,
Field medic?
field medic, they probably all work.
can I use a momentum for extra dice?
Yep. And since you have cautious science, you could re-roll the complication. So just go to perform task and roll 1 dice. You still have the focus, so you could click the focus. All right, you gain 2. What was the question again?
If the spores that were released from the fungi were poisonous.
All right, both you and the doctor run a quick analysis of the spores, and the determination you came to is if a player were to if someone on your crew were to come in contact with these spores, it does act like a mild poison, and you predict that they'd probably start hallucinating.
All right, Doctor, we should let rest of the crew know that the spores have come in contact with are poisonous and they could start hallucinating.
Fascinating. Very well. Doctor to Commander Kier. It looks like the spores will have a hallucinatory effect if you get anything on them. I'm assuming psychoactive properties, but try and keep yourself clear of any of the stuff in the air.
Understood.
Commander, may I suggest we equip ourselves with respirators?
Good idea, Lieutenant. Keep watch. I'll go fetch him.
Aye, ma'am.
Commander, give me a fitness security diff 1.
Do I have a focus for this?
No. No.
Now spinning a momentum.
You just notice that as you're walking, the valley floor is obviously not flat. There's a lot of vines, roots sticking out, rocks to step over. But you're able to successfully navigate it. And you make your way back to the runabout.
Ensign, try running a microcellular scan on our sample there. I'm going to start seeing if I can't work up some kind of inoculant to this stuff.
Yes, Doctor.
Thank you. All right. So as the
Let's see.
commander arrives, I'm going to be at one of the science stations trying to put together some kind of either chemical inoculant or maybe a nanotechnology inoculant, something to counteract the effects of the spores if they get ingested, inhaled, or absorbed through the skin.
All right, Doctor, this will be a reason or insight with medicine difficulty 2.
Okay. And I have focuses for both xenobiology and infectious diseases.
Yep, both of those would probably work.
And I have a talent applied research. Once per scene when you attempt a task that relates to information you received earlier in that scene from the information question, the first bonus die you purchase is free.
That seems like it applies.
Yay! All right, so. And do I get the runabout assistance on this?
Yeah, probably computers medicine.
Okay.
Man, talents that just give you free dice.
It's a beautiful thing.
You gain momentum. And yeah, you could phrase this however you want, but you do find something like an antihistamine or something that you figure would counteract the effects if someone were to get to ingest the pollen.
Alrighty. I will apply it to myself first and observe the effects. If nothing goes wrong within a minute, I'll look over at the ensign and the commander and say, anyone want to stay in charge of their faculties for a while?
Well, that's what these rebreathers are for, Doctor.
Yes, and that'll protect you if you breathe it in, but this stuff also seems to work on skin contact too, so.
I would say let's just use it to rather be safe than sorry.
Though I will follow the doctor's recommendation on this.
Appreciated, but I do like to hear consent. And I'll start preparing 2 more doses and stand there once I'm finished waiting for both of them to say.
Rex just nods and pulls out his arm, but keeps his weapon ready anyway.
One for Lieutenant Rix.
The commander nods and allows for the injection.
Alright. Maple spray. Oh, it's not a needle. It's not going to hurt. Ensign, would you like some?
Sure, why not?
An injection for the ensign.
Gus is just gonna shoot me up, Doc.
Enthusiasm. Intriguing.
Hey, I've had needles in my skin more than a few times.
It's not a needle. Wait, what? I'm gonna kind of stare at him after that comment, and after I give him the hypo spray, just walk back to the console, but still kind of looking at him over my shoulder.
But you guys probably learned all you can learn from the sample you collected. You're able to get the the structure and the DNA strands and all that fun stuff.
Okay. Then I will. If that's all we can get from it, I'll go ahead and store that sample and rejoin the rest of the team.
All right. Somebody has to have a tricorder out scanning, right?
I'll be scanning. Captain, on my scan that I just did, I found a place of energy located about 5 kilometers away. Do you want to head in that direction?
Let's investigate. Please lead the way, Ensign.
Yes, Captain.
All right. We will go ahead and enter a new scene. As you start making your way toward the energy source that the ensign found, the terrain starts to change. And you find yourself starting to enter what you would consider marshland. And you enter a section where the vegetation starts to thicken and the ambient sounds start to change. You do feel that this area is kind of quieter than you'd expect from a marsh. There's very little chirping of insects or croaking creatures, although you do hear some. All you really hear is just a faint rustle of reeds and the occasional splash of water. And you do see large vine-like plants kind of forming arches across the paths and across the waters. Some of them thing with bright pods that emit a faint pulsating glow. The air here also feels heavier and the humidity even more oppressive than in the jungle. And the ground behind you seems to be a little bit more unstable, with the dampness of the ground.
As we walk, I'll have my tricorder out and I'll be scanning various plant life, water sources, growths that we passed, just kind of checking everything as I go and making record.
Rix is gonna continually keep a lookout for anything that could hurt them along the way. And be especially mindful if anything is hiding or prowling in the grass or even in the water as they approach.
Um, let's see. Doctor, go ahead and give me an insight or reason and medicine or science difficulty 2. Rix, can you give me an insight security difficulty 4?
I'm gonna use my determination on this. I have a value that says never let your guard down, which seems kind of perfect for this.
Yeah.
I am going to buy a momentum die. Oh. Well, all right.
I'm also going to give you a threat. No, I'm going to give you 2 threats, and I'm going to take 1 momentum to gain a 4th dice.
Say that again, Rix.
I'm going to give you 2 threats, and I'm going to take 1 momentum so I can buy an extra dice on top of the determination.
And then the doctor got 4 momentum out of his roll.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to re-roll one of those 19s because I'm bold. Shit.
Can I be assisting Rix?
Yeah. Insight science. Insight security, sorry. All right, Doctor, I sent you your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then Kieran Rix, I will just narrate this because you both kind of see it at the same time. In the underbrush of the marsh, you hear something move through it, but like very, very fast. Like you would estimate that the speeds are upwards of like 50 km per hour or so. I'm talking it was moving.
Commander, this doesn't sound rational, but I think the vines are following us. And I'm like looking up into the trees as I'm saying this.
As a follow-up to our roll, which way was this thing moving?
It was moving away from you, but you didn't get a look at it. You just kind of you saw the brush moving, so
Right.
to speak.
Oh, and when the doctor calls out, I'm gonna just look at the vines and see if he's correct.
And yeah, you see him moving
Will I move quickly or slowly?
slowly.
Gonna keep my face locked at it.
Telepathically, do I sense anything from the vines, the plant life, as we're walking through here?
Give me an insight command. I'll make this a diff 2.
Take a threat. Can I spend the 1 foot plus a momentum to create the trait telepathic familiarity so I have like a better beat on the telepathic presence that's here?
Yeah. Yep, you're able to make that trait.
It's as if almost this entire plan is watching us. Be on your guard, everyone.
Should we be here?
So far, it doesn't think of us as a threat, so let's try to keep it that way.
Well, that's a positive at the very least.
All right, what's everyone doing?
I'm gonna kneel down at a water source and take a small sample in a container.
Uh, give me. I'm thinking this is going to be. I'm thinking daring medicine or science. Let's call this a diff 1.
Daring medicine. Okay.
And actually, let's make this a complication 2, though.
Okay.
Can I assist?
No.
Any focuses?
No.
Okay.
All right, you gain 2, and yeah, you're able to get the sample, no problem.
I'm gonna place it on the reader of my medical tricorder and scan to see what's in the water.
Surprisingly, it's just water, water that you'd expect to find in any marsh. There doesn't seem to be anything mixed in it.
No
It's just.
microbes, no minerals, nothing like that.
I mean, other than what you'd normally find in a marsh. So, I mean, there is, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Nod to the commander after I'm done with that.
While this is going on, I'd like to move over towards where we saw the thing run in the bushes, and I'd like to look at the ground, see if I can see any tracks.
Give me an insight security diff 2.
Uh, mm, I'll give you a threat, and I'll take 2 momentum for 2 dice. Yeah.
Gain 2.
Can I see in which direction the tracks are going? Is it going deeper into a jungle? Is it going along the water?
I'll take that as a question.
Yep. Okay. As I'm still kneeling down, I'm just gonna look back at the group and say, this thing appears to be heading the same way we are.
Keeping an eye on us, perhaps?
Well, wouldn't you if someone decided to come into your home and look around?
Well, I mean, among other responses, yes, that would probably be one of them.
I think we're just lucky that it hasn't attacked us outright. Whatever it is. Shall we move on?
Yes, Ensign, if you could please point us in the direction of an energy signal they detected.
Yes, Captain. Looks like we are headed in the right direction.
All right. If I could get everybody to please roll me a fitness security. Difficulty 1. Right. Doctor got a momentum for the group.
I spent a momentum.
Okay.
I'm gonna also use a momentum.
Then we just gotta wait for Rix to roll for Rix and Gus. Unless someone wants to roll for Gus really quick.
There he is.
Yeah, now what did you want me to do?
Everybody to roll a fitness security difficulty 1.
Okay. Gus has athletics as a focus. Will that apply?
I will take it, yes.
Cool. Good for Gus. Let's see. Fitness. I'll just roll. It's fun. Yeah, works.
All right. Looks like everyone passed. It looks like Tarell, looks like you got a complication. Does the result stand? I don't know if you have a way to re-roll. All right. So as you guys are walking through the marshlands, with the ensign kind of leading you towards the energy signature, ensign, you start as you're walking. Can you roll me a fitness and Connor security difficulty of 3?
Can I use a focus?
I don't think you have one.
I'm gonna buy 2 dice.
Get one back. All right. As you guys are walking through it, Ensign, you notice a sinkhole starting to form right in front of you. But your quick thinking, you kind of stop and you kind of fall back just a little bit onto the ground before you fall into the sinkhole.
That could have been a disaster. Alright guys, watch where you walk. There could be a sinkhole anywhere that on the ground. Just watch where you walk. Be careful.
Are you alright, Ensign?
I am fine, Captain. That could have been a very bad disaster. Who knows where that leads to?
Looking into the hole, how deep does it go?
Let's not find out.
It doesn't look very deep, Doctor, but it looks the ground looks very muddy and squishy.
I'm gonna watch it for a moment and see if water starts to fill in.
And it does.
Okay.
It is swampland after all.
Yes, but I mean, if water didn't fill in, that might have been indicative of something.
Continue on. All right, we'll go ahead and enter a new scene. And after navigating the perilous marshlands, the away team enters into a sort of clear. The stark contrast between the dense, shadowy undergrowth of the marsh and now this now vibrant, sunlit expanse of the clearing is almost overwhelming. The clearing is surrounded by towering, vine-covered trees that kind of form a natural perimeter, and their canopy is creating a depth is creating patches of sunlight on the ground. The clearing itself is dotted with a lot of alien flora of remarkable variety, including massive flowers with shimmering, translucent petals, low, mossy mounds that emit a soft hum, and sprawling carpets of luminescent fungi that pulse faintly in the rhythm of each other. At the center, you guys can see an outpost. The base looks kind of in disrepair, and one of the walls is partially collapsed. You can see a scattering of equipment and supplies, suggesting a hurried departure.
I guess we're not the first ones here.
Shall we have a look, Captain?
Yes, Ensign. We should have a look.
Go first. Ulrich proceeds ahead.
Right, Rix, as you get closer to the structure, in the ground, you could see what looks like drag marks that seems to lead away from the structure.
Can I see from my point of view towards where?
Just into the forest, the surrounding forest.
Yeah. Gonna make a note of that, but keep moving towards the building.
All right, and then
I'll
just
have
let
my
me know what
tricorder.
everyone's looking for.
I'll have my tricorder out and scanning the area as I go.
Actually, as he's moving towards the building, he's just gonna point it out for the commander before he proceeds forward.
Yeah, just Just let me know what everyone's doing, and if there's anything that needs to be rolled, I'll roll. If not, feel free to role play or whatever you guys want to do.
I'm gonna scan some of the. You said there was moss on the ground.
Like moss, flowers, fungi.
Yeah, I'm gonna scan that. I'm looking for. What's the exact term? The metabolic rate. How fast cells like divide to grow the plant. I want to see if I can get that information and maybe figure out how long it would have taken for this structure to become overgrown like that.
Give me an insight or reason medicine or science difficulty 2.
Reason medicine, xenobiology.
Oh, I should see if it rolls me. Is that the roll there? The 3 successes?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let me type something out to you.
I'll stand up. Ensign, come look at this.
On my way, doctor.
There's a stimulant produced by the nectar of these flowers. Might explain why everything grows so fast around here.
That could be. That could explain why everything grows.
I wonder if it's related to the bioplasma.
Should we do a research on it? Should we do a scan for it? See what happens? The reaction?
Yeah, probably wouldn't be a bad place to start, Ensign. You're our science officer. What should we do?
Let's go ahead and do research on it, run some scans, see if we can find anything that is likely the cause of the quick growth of the plants.
Okay.
Maybe bring another sample of a different plant, see if putting the two together would be the cause of it growing really fast.
That's a reasonable hypothesis. All right. I'll get a sample. For that, I'm going to point my tricorder over to the structure and scan for humanoid life signs or humanoid remnants.
Give me an insight medicine diff 2.
Biology, xenobiology?
Yeah.
Nothing. I'll let that one stand.
From where you are scanning, you don't detect anything.
Well, Ensign, I'm not picking anything up, but while I'm grabbing this sample of the plant life, why don't you check and see if anyone's home or used to be in this area?
Sure thing, Doctor.
All right, what's everyone doing?
Taking a sample.
All right.
Rick's gonna enter the building.
All right. We'll do the sample first. This is probably just going to be a control or daring with your medicine or science. Diff 1, comp 2. And actually, I have the threat. Let's make it comp 3. Yeah, so Doctor, your role will be daring or control with medicine or security. Difficulty 1, complication 3.
Son of
Okay,
a gun,
sir.
I was muted again. Before I'm gonna pull out the sample container, but before I do that, I'm gonna kind of like put my hand